Well, oh my word. I've done it again, everyone. I was here half an hour ago and I've only just managed to sort this out. It's terrible, isn't it? It's nobody else, it's me, it's my problem. And again, communication. I'm just terrible with technology. I do apologise if you've been waiting for 5 minutes. How is everybody today? Are you keeping well? I hope so. What a lovely day. No rain, or very little this morning, but the rest of the day got better, didn't it? Well, today is another Wednesday evening of Hatha Yoga. We're going to touch on what we did last week and the week before, but we're going to also include some abdominal work to help release any tension in the lower back. And also, if anybody's ever experienced things like sciatica, which can be very painful at times. So when we go into the floor work tonight, I'm going to be doing side on. So you'll notice what I've done tonight is I've turned the mat side on. So we call it this direction. Vertical is portrait. This position is landscape. So we've gone for the landscape version tonight. And you'll see the relevance of that later when we start to work into the core. It saves you having to keep moving the mat around or having to use two mats. So, yeah, I feel a little bit better now actually. I begin to calm down and I've got the computer working. So, health and safety, how's everybody? Are you feeling okay today? Do you feel ready to train, ready to exercise, stretch? Have you got a nice clean working environment so that you know your area is safe? I hope so. Again, at any point if you do feel that you need to stop, take a rest, you can always rejoin back in. If you need a drink, feel free to grab one. The process tonight is to work through not as many asanas, but the ones we are going to work on, we are going to make them a little bit harder. Normally we come away with 12 asanas. Tonight I'm only going to do about 6, tops 8. So less is more, I don't know, but for me personally I feel I want to work a little bit more on the core tonight. We've done balance, we've done flexibility, we've got to not shy away from that, but certainly we are going to work a little bit more on protecting your lower back. So, are you ready to begin? Should we begin with feet together? Do you have a block? Do you have a block in front of you, or maybe a book? A nice thick book. Okay, I've got a yoga block which works well. Now when you're using the block or the book, it's not that proves that you have poor flexibility or that you're a beginner. It's just to help you throughout the warm-up, help you get up and down off the floor, and also just if you do feel that your hamstrings or your lower back is a little bit tight, it does help to use the block initially. And as the class progresses, you could actually clear away that block. You wouldn't necessarily need to use it unless you still want to. So let's begin. Feet together, nice and strong. A nice strong breath in as we lift. We get to the top. We just let that breath go. And relaxing. Again, nice strong breath in. The benefits of using the nose to breathe in rather than the mouth gives us a chance to warm the air as it goes through the nose, it goes through all the cavities before it hits the lungs. If you use your mouth, again, to breathe in, nothing wrong with that at all, but it does go in very quickly, the cold air, but it does hit the lungs very sharp. So it's just a nice alternative to use the nose rather than the mouth. Okay. Now, as we now move into balance, we call this, as we know, the envelope sway, is to engage the hips and the inner thigh muscles. And we use this for later when we move into half moon, and then also, possibly, we might even move into warrior 3 if time goes well. So if we engage the hips, these are the muscles we'll recruit when we do that balance work a little bit later. So if we take weight forward as the heels lift, feel the energy down on the front third of the foot. And then when we come back to the centre, we take the weight down to the heels and the toes lift. So we now engage the shin muscles. And then we come back to the centre. Now if we take weight through to the right, we'll feel now that you've got about 80% on that right leg. And then back to the centre. Then we take it through to the left, and then very gently make our way back to the middle. Now if you want to advance it this time, when we go forward, if you can you now go directly into your heels? And then very gently we make our way back. If we now take the weight through to the right side, can we now let that glide through to the left? Beautiful. And then back to centre. And if you're holding your breath in anticipation of losing your balance, a nice strong breath in as we lift. And then a relaxing breath out. Beautiful. Well, the first move tonight is the intense pose, also known as the chair or the awkward pose. Different styles of yoga name the asanas the same asana differently. But in the Hatha Yoga, this is known as the intense pose. With the feet together, knees touching, with the palms down just resting on your thighs, you just drop back into the hips. And as you drop back into the hips, your palms just rest above your knees. And just to show you side on, I'll turn side on. Basically what you have is you have back support with your palms on your thighs. Now, as you look down at your toes, you should be able to check that your knees don't protrude too far forward in front of your toes, because that can strain below the knee and sometimes even put additional pressure to the lower back. So your palms are there just to give you back support. Now, when you get into that position there, feel the energy in the heels. So we get a lovely stretch into the calf muscle, the muscle just below the calf known as the soleus. And if you can take that right arm forward just to the outside of your right hip, we know what we want to prevent is bringing the arm through to the middle, so it needs to keep to the outside of the hip. If it does go through to the middle, what tends to happen is you start to overload the back of the arm, back of the shoulder, so we want to be a little bit more wider. Now I return that palm, and then I release the other arm. As the other arm goes in front again, not going into the centre, but just to the outside of the hip. If you feel you have the mechanics of that, would you be able to release both arms? But any time, if you feel that that's too much, just go back to one palm. We know this to be the intense pose. Now, with the heels heavy and the toes light, can we now press into the heels and rise with the arms? And then very gently, we just let the arms release. Beautiful. How did that feel? Okay, should we do that one more time? So, ankles and knees together, palms to thighs. We drop back into the sitting bones, palms resting just above the knees. Now, the last time we started with the right arm. Again, you can if you wish, but if you do release the left arm, let that left arm just pull to the outside of the hip. Beautiful. How does that feel? Good? If you want to engage more, let that right arm go as well. We know that now to be great for the core stability muscles, which helps protect our lower back. If your core muscles are weak at the front, unfortunately that will put a little bit extra workload onto the back. So if that's the case, you may want to return one palm. From there, we press into the heels and we rise, and releasing. Beautiful. Now we have another asana known as the tree. Now when we move into the tree, we want to put the emphasis on one side of the body, so we go back now to asymmetric, so from symmetrical to asymmetric. If we contract the muscles of this left leg, this will help support the left knee. And if your right leg, the right heel just rests against the shin, just take a moment to level the hips and to level the shoulders. So imagine you've got two little headlights, and as they go from your hips, as they face forward, you track people's headlights. Absolutely rock solid going forward. Now from there, we bring both palms to sternum, and if both forearms now go to parallel, you find out you put a little bit of tension into the wrist. Things to avoid is letting the elbows drop too low, because you can't strengthen your wrist if your elbows are too low. So by bringing your forearms to parallel, you feel the strength now radiate into the radius and the ulna of the wrist. And there's about 8 bones in the wrist, and they all need strengthening, and this will do that. Now from this tree pose here, if you want a little bit more, can you take your right leg to your calf? So the arch of the foot encases the calf muscle. We know that muscle now to be the gastrocnemius. Now from there, if you feel confident with this, could you take that right leg a little higher? And the focus now is to keep that knee back without bringing the hips forward. So the hips are straight, headlights are facing forward, pressure is into the wrist to help consolidate into the left supporting leg. Now from there, in the tree pose, feel where the strength is, feel where the balance is. The balance now is a real challenge, isn't it? But from there, nice and strong, I release that right leg, and then I release the arms back to mountain pose. Now what's the difference between the mountain pose and the extended mountain pose? The extended mountain pose is when you have your feet together with the arms elevated. When the arms are at the side, that would be called the mountain pose. So again, we take the left leg into consideration, so we need to contract the muscles of the right leg as the left heel now just rests against the chin. Hips nice and straight, palms to sternum, forearms parallel. Now from there, before I release that left leg any higher, I want to feel the contraction in this right leg. So the left leg now may stay there, or it may go a little bit higher to the calf. If you feel comfortable with that, feel good with that, take the leg a little higher. But again, try and maintain keeping that knee back. The tension is in the wrist, so we offer some strength to the wrist. Now from here, we know this to be the tree. It's a tree pose variation. And then from there to come out of the tree, notice to keep the palms in this position as the left leg releases. Arms relaxed to extended mountain pose to mountain pose. Beautiful. Now, if we now consider that to be two asanas, awkward pose and tree, there's a shortfall. The shortfall is the warrior one. Now when we do the warrior one, what we need to do is we need to make sure that the right heel is lifted. At some point you can put the heel down, but because we're going to do transitions with these, we're going to try and keep that right heel lifted. So what I'm going to ask you to do now, if you can, is just take your left foot to quarter to 12, so your feet are at 90 degrees. And when your right leg steps away, notice there's a bend on this left knee. Now your right foot, if your right foot is straight, it's facing forward. If you drop your weight into this left knee, it pushes the left knee too far forward. But if you kick out your right heel, can you see how the left knee draws back, so you know your knee is safe? Now roll that right shoulder down, palms go to thigh, and now I pick up that right heel. There's the inner spiral of the hip. And now you're bringing yourself into the warrior one position, which we know to be our third asana after we come out of tree. Now with this warrior one, from there, things to avoid is too much flexion, too much hyperextension of the lower back. So we're on a nice diagonal, from shoulder to hip, from hip to ankle to knee. Okay? Right arm goes through onto the horizontal, so again, very similar to the intense pose. And if you're feeling confident with that, would you want to release the left arm as well? So both arms are in front. If you do need to support your back, that left hand just goes back to your thigh. And we know this stands for the warrior one extended. Now really drop your weight into the front leg. Feel the extra stretch now into the hip flexor on this right leg, whilst developing strength yet again on that left leg. Now to come out of this, palms to thigh, we squeeze down the right heel, and we let that right leg now just go straight back, if you can, in one move. Beautiful. Feet together, salutation, and breath out. Oh, beautiful. How did that feel? Good? Should we try the other side? So right foot, quarter past 12, so again the feet are at 90 degrees, the left leg steps away. Okay, things to avoid, pushing this right knee too far forward. So if your left foot is straight, see how the right knee begins to push too far in front. Kick out that left heel, and it brings that right knee back. Now if this left shoulder rolls down, as it rolls down, see how I'm getting the angle on already from shoulder to hip. Palms to thigh, I pick up the left heel, so this left heel now is lifted. Upper body on a nice, strong, straight diagonal line. So no flexion, no hyperextension, but a neutral spine. So the weight now is in that front leg. Left arm now, because it's the left leg that's gone back, we go through. Again, nice and wide, to the outside of the hip, just like we touched on with the intense pose. And from there, if you feel confident, you feel that your stomach muscles are strong enough to support your lower back, would you be able to release that right arm as well? Feel the strength, feel the stretch. Where is the stretch? It should be here. The strength is in the front leg, the core, and the shoulders. Warrior one extended. Now from here, to come out of this, palms to thigh, squeeze this left heel down, push into the front leg and rise with the chest. Left leg, one big step in. Beautiful. And feet together, salutation, and and a nice breath out. Lovely. Well, are you ready for the floor work? Are you ready? So what we're going to do with that block, we're going to place that on the left side of your mat or your book, whichever you have at home. So we're going to place that on the left side. Okay. Now as we make our way across to the block, we're not directly behind it, but just to the corner, because we want to have enough clearance to be able to get down to the ground. Now in clinical terms, they call this backward chain, how to come down to the floor safely without putting strain on your wrist, your back or your knees. It's a very good thing to learn while you can, because to get somebody down onto the floor when they can't is a very hard process. So it's always good to practice this backward chain work, so later in life if you ever need to get down on the floor or get up, you know the protocol. This could save your life, this. It's very, very important. If we take the left foot to, again, quarter to 12, we know that to be a right leg stepping back. Recognise the move. Right shoulder rolls in. I pick up the right heel. Recognise the move now, even more so. I take that ball, call that block, and place it now on the inside of that left foot. Now as the right hand goes to the block, or the book, I step in with the back knee, I lower that knee down, I push into the block, and now the left knee touches down. Well done. Taking the block, we'll place that to the front corner where we brought it from. And the hands now are again just behind the block but to the side. If you now take your right leg back, okay, let your right hand slide back, one move, so your hands are staggered. Now we lower down to the left hip, left elbow, feet together, and now hopefully I'm facing you and you're facing me. It's not bad, is it? Good. How did that feel? Easy? Isn't it easy using a book or a block? So your left shoulder is over the elbow, feet are in line with the hips. We know this to be the very first variation to the side plank. So when that right arm lifts, we know that to be a very basic side plank. Now if you want a little bit more from this, with that right palm, push into the mat and lift the hips. How does that feel on your shoulder? Is that too much? If it is, go back to the hip and you would want that position. But if you feel you want to put more weight into your shoulder, push into your right palm, lift the hip and go for the hip lift. And there would now be your first variation of side plank. Or how does that feel? Now where do we look? Either to the ground, in line with the chest, or to the ceiling, just to check your arm is in the right place. And there is a beautiful side plank. Now from there, nice and strong, if I now lower the hip and lower the arm, I'm going to use that block, or the book, and place it on the mat. We want to rest the back of the head on the book. So I'm going to turn now, so my feet are facing down at the bottom. They already are, but I need to be able to now put my head onto this book. Great. So, we've never done this over the last few weeks, so this is the first time for everybody now. Your head is on the block. Now, it's not on your neck, it's definitely on the back of your cranium, on the back of the head. You don't want it on the back of your neck. Okay? So your head is on the block. My head's been on the block a few times this week, I'll have you know. The feet are slightly wider than hip width. Palms level with the hips. Okay? Stop laughing at that little joke, I wish you. So we push into the feet. We push into the fingertips and gently down, we lift the hips off the ground. We know this now to be the bridge. The bridge will help give you strength into your glutes and hamstrings, which in turn will hopefully strengthen your lower back. Okay. Great release for lower back problems if you have things like sciatica, stiff lower backs. Now from this bridge pose here, very gently we lower the hips. How did that feel? Good? Okay. So, should we do that one more time? Now before we begin, make sure now the full length of the spine connects with the ground, so you feel that earth, that connection with the mat. Feet slightly wider than hip width, slightly wider than the block. Fingertips, press, feet press initially, and when you now push into your feet, when the hips lift, the energy now goes into your shoulder blades.
This is a great release for things like sciatica. I know I do repeat myself. And the reason for that is because I just know sometimes when we go to the floor, sometimes we can get a little bit lost in the direction. Now if you want a bit more, rather than lift your chest, try and lift your hips a little higher. Oh, that feels good. Doesn't that feel good for the hip flexors? Then very gently the hips would come down. That's marvellous. Great. Now we need to come back to our knees, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend that left leg. Okay, I'm going to keep the right knee bent, so I'm just going to release that left arm forward and roll towards the arm, bringing the knees back in. Right palms to floor or mat, and go back to elbow, and now you're back to the same position we started. Now from there, we want to add a little bit more into this now. So again, left shoulder over the elbow, feet in line with the hips, palm presses, hips lift. That's where we were last time. Some of us have the hips down, with the arm lifted. You can stay there again if you wish to, or if you want more, can you now release the arm? But for those that want more from this, now release your right leg. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Elbow to knee, extend, and hold. Leg is lifted, elbow to knee, leg extends. Oh, does that feel great? 2 more. Elbow, release. Should we do 1 more? Elbow, and release. Now, knees come back, hips crash. We're going to bring the knees in, palm to ground. We lower the chest and spring to the knees. Shoulders over the wrist. Knees over the hips. Now I take that block and place it back to the front. If you can now take your left leg forward, left knee is over the heel, right hand to ground, pick up the right knee, squeeze down to the right heel, push into the left leg, and that brings you back to standing. From there, nice and steady, bring this right leg back in, feet together, salutation. Strong breath in and a relaxing breath out. Okay, let's move on. So let's try going back now to intense pose, tree into warrior 1, but rather than go side on with the warrior 1, we're going to step back, but we don't need to change the mats. Okay, we keep the mats in horizontal, which we know to be landscape. So this is now a little bit of a routine now. You can begin to feel it beginning to own and take ownership of. So hopefully you can practice this tomorrow and the day after. With the feet together strong, something we can touch on now, which we didn't do when we came in, because I didn't want to slow you down. If we work on posture, if we lift the shoulders to the ceiling, now bring your shoulders back and gently just let them settle down. So a side-on view of that is let the shoulders lift, bring them back and let them rest. We call this an outer spiral of the shoulders. So when you're doing the outer spiral, elevation, retraction into depression. Now we have an internal rotation or an inner spiral. If we rotate the palms inwards, there would be the inner spiral. We could do the same with the hips by rotating the knees. If we rotate the knees inwards, we prise open the sitting bones at the back. So we now have an outer spiral and inner spiral on the upper body, and now an inner spiral on the knees and hips. The fourth move is to get length into the spine. Again, an outer spiral. And the fifth and final move, we draw all the muscles into the joints and feel the energy radiating around the whole of the body. If we now lift to extended mountain pose, feel the full stretch, known as an elongation stretch. So from fingertips all the way down to your heels. So when we came in initially, we said what's the difference between extended mountain pose and mountain pose. And the extended mountain pose is where the arms are elevated. If you do have a history of high blood pressure, sometimes to keep the arms elevated for too long can be a problem. So you might want to decide whether you hold it here, or maybe you want to return the arms back to the mountain pose. But if you haven't gone for the extended mountain pose, just to turn side on so you can see. Try and work the arms a little bit more so you bring them back, you feel those shoulder blades squeezing together.
Now from there, nice and strong, I release the arms. I bring the palms down to the thighs and drop back into the sitting bones. Both palms now just resting above the knees. Does that feel good? Now from there, if we take one arm forward, again to the outside of the hip, we engage with the stomach muscles. If you feel confident now with that one, now release the other arm. But again, if you do need back support, just keep one palm on the thigh. Drop back a little deeper now into the hips. Feel the hips now taking a little bit more weight. Progression, we let the arms lift to 45, but also you can also lift the chin slightly so you know your neck is extra safe. Your eyes are forward, your chin is lifted. Does that feel good? From there, we press into the heels, and we go to sternum. We want to strengthen those wrists, so we bring the forearms to parallel. I contract the muscles now in the left leg, and I bring the right leg to the heel. So while we're on the heel, we have the first makings of the tree pose. If your balance is not the very best, you can stay here, or we can go a little higher to the calf. Shoulders and hips nice and straight. If you want a bit more from this, we go a little higher, but we keep those shoulders forward. Now, whilst keeping the palms pressing together, do you feel that you would be able to step back with your right leg into that warrior one? Beautiful. So as I look down, the left knee is over the ankle and the left foot is straight. Palms to thigh. Is you now left knee over your heel? Is it relaxed? Your stance is strong but relaxed. Right arm goes through. Nice and long. Feel the strength into the front leg. Now let that left arm go. And there is your third asana, the warrior one extended. Beautiful. Now from there, to come out of this, bring the palms to thigh, right leg takes a big step in. Feet together, salutation, and a relaxing breath out. Well, wasn't that wonderful? Should we take the blocks to the side? I'm going to place it on the right side this time. Lovely. Feeling a little bit looser, a bit fitter? So we take that block and place it now on your right side. Again, things to avoid, stepping directly behind the block, so you're just to the corner. So we talked before about backward chain, how to get up and how to get down off the floor. This is something I practice much during the day when I work with groups that have a history of falling. They do struggle to get up and down off the floor, and it can be a real big problem. And sometimes, if we practice it while we can, and in years to come when you need it, it'll just become automatic. It's a real life-saving. So, put the heels together strong, really rooted. We take that right foot, quarter to 12, left leg steps away. Know that to be the warrior one stance. I roll the shoulder forward and pick up that left heel. As I reach for the book or the block, I place it on the inside of that right foot. And the left hand now just rests in the block. As the back foot takes a small step in, I'll lower the knee, palm to block, right knee touches down. Beautiful. I take the block and place it back to where I brought it from. The hands now are again behind the block, but to the side of the block. Knees are under the hips, shoulders over the wrists. I'm going to take this left leg back, the leg nearest me. I'll lower that heel down and slide back that left hand. Can we now lower down to the right hip, right elbow, ankles together, and how did you find that? Easy? Right shoulder over the elbow, feet in line with the hips. Now with that left palm, I push into the palm, just lift the hip, and as I lower the hip, it just gives me a chance to resettle the hip. Okay, beautiful. Now we have an option. We can lift that left arm vertical, we can hold that position there, known as to be the side plank. But if you want a little bit more, in order to work the waistline, let that left palm push into the ground, lift the hips, and again lift that left arm. And there is the makings of the side plank. Many variations of side plank, this is just one of those. But it's a good way to just get back into it if you've not exercised for a long time, like 16 weeks. So your left arm is really lifted. And then from there, your right shoulder's over the wrist.
wrist. Now to come out of this, if I lower the left arm and right hip, how does that feel? Again, you know, if you've been out of practice with these moves, they do really feel alien, don't they? It's amazing how quickly you can forget some of these asanas, but they do come back quickly as well, which is also a bonus. I'm going to take that block and place it on the mat, so I know my neck is going to be safe when I go onto my shoulders. So as we pivot around, we roll down onto that block or that bug, and we just take a moment to try and earth. So, is your spine long? Is it straight and pressing into the ground? Feet a little bit wider than the block, and your shoulders are nice and calm. Hands are to the outside of the hips. Again, if you feel that the block is touching your neck, just make those little adjustments, little micro adjustments to move the block. I push into the feet, I push into the fingertips, and I lift those hips into bridge. Now when you're lifting into bridge, you'll find again this is a great release for the lower back. Lovely for things like sciatica, which can happen to anybody, especially this time of the year if you're doing a lot of gardening or sitting. Okay. Now from there, as we now lower the hips, that was just a basic attempt of going into the bridge. But now we want to critique that a little bit more. So, feel your shoulder blades even, pressing into the mat. Feet strong but grounded, palms level with the hips. Now this time, the energy goes into the feet and the fingertips initially. We lift the hips, but now feel the energy in your shoulder blades pressing into the ground. Now if you want more from this, rather than lift your hips, try and lift your chest in order to lift your hips. And you'll feel now your hips will lift automatically a little bit higher. The bridge. Great for strengthening your glutes and hamstrings, but also gives you a good strong glutes, will give you a good stronger lower back, or it should do. Oh, that feels good. And then to come out of the bridge, the hips would come down. Lovely. Now, I extend the right leg, I release the right arm forward, and this left leg now should allow you to roll towards the knee. Knees come in, I push into the palm, and come back to the elbow. Recognise the move? Lovely. Now from here we want to advance this. So the right shoulder's over the elbow, feet in line with the hips, left arm lifts, we can stay there, or we can lift the hips. Oh, that feels good. Now what about releasing that left leg? Oh, that's good and great. Elbow to knee, little salute, and release. And again, number 2. Last time we did 4, and release. Oh, that feels lovely. Okay, should we do one more? And the last one, make that your best. And then gently the knee comes in, arm releases. Great, did you feel that work in your obliques? Lovely. Knees come in, chest locked, push into the palm, and spring to those knees. Shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. Going to take the block and push it back. If your right leg could step forward, lovely. Just take a moment to settle. Palm to thigh, back to left knee can lift. Heel squeezes down, nice and strong. I'm going to take that left leg now and just step out the right leg. Feet together, salutation, and a nice relaxing breath out. Lovely. Now again, we're going to come back to the centre of the mat. Okay. We now need to go back to posture. We've got that 5-point checklist. So, 5-point checklist. Number 1, shoulders lift nice and high. We retract the shoulders back and down as the outer spiral. The inner spiral, palms rotate in. Inner spiral of the knees. We get length into the spine, known as an outer spiral. 5, we draw all the muscles into the joints. Now from there, the palms rest with your thighs. We draw back into the hips, and just rest your palms now just above those knees. Now in practice, we release one arm at a time. Would you be able to now release those arms? Wow. See how we're moving quite quickly now? So a little bit slow at the beginning, but it has to be so we understand the basic rudiments, mechanics, so we know we're not going to injure ourselves. Are your knees pushing together? Now the benefit of having your knees pushing together is that we engage a little bit more into your balance. If your feet are wide or your knees are wide, your balance has not been challenged in the same way. So by having your knees together, you have to engage the hips more. And there's your intense pose. Oh, let's lift those arms 45 degrees. Chin up slightly. Feel the energy in the heels. Now from there, I'm released to extended mountain pose. Palms relax down. Now, I'm on the left leg this time. So take the left heel to the shin. I go to the sternum. Forearms parallel. Can we now lift that left leg to calf? Oh. If you feel confident with that, does that feel good? Can you go a little higher? Things to prevent is letting it rest on the knee. Goes to the side of the thigh, side of the knee, but not across the knee. Okay. And then from there, we're now offering some strength into the supporting leg and also the wrists. Now, if you can take your left leg back into the warrior one, make it easier for you. If you keep the compression in the palms, that will help you with your balance when the left leg steps back. Left leg steps back into warrior one. Now, if your right knee is over your ankle, can you just check now that your right foot is straight? What about the warrior one extended? Both arms in front. Oh, so warrior one was here. Extended, arms in front. But again, to the outside of the hips. Now really push into that front leg. Feel the arms reaching forward. How long would you hold this for? Anything up to 90 seconds. Now to come out of this safely, palms to thigh, back leg steps in, feet together, salutation, and a nice relaxing breath out. Absolutely wonderful. Well, I think we've done well today, but we have more to add on, and believe it or not, it's going to get a little bit harder as well. So before we move on, do you fancy having a little break? Do you fancy having a little drink from the kitchen? Should we say 10 seconds? Starting from now! To the kitchen we go. Well, I'm back. Are you back from the kitchen? I hope so. That was a nice break, wasn't it? I'm being cheeky, aren't I? I can't help it. So let's move on. You ready to go? Everybody okay? Nice and safe again? Nothing's changed from when you were here last time? Great. So, we need to make sure you're using your block or your book. So we go back to the block or book. That's a shot. And we place that now. We place that to the left of the mat. Okay? Lovely. Now when we go to the left of the mat, we're going to be using that to go down to the floor. But what we did last time, we touched on the warrior one, which took us to the floor. This time we want that warrior one to take us into a little balance move, the warrior three. So again now we go to the corner of the block. Beautiful. Okay. Nice and strong, so not directly behind it. As before, the left leg turns to the side, so the feet are at 90 degrees, and the right leg steps away. Bang. Things to avoid is keeping that right foot straight, because we know it puts too much pressure on the knee. So we kick out the right heel, see that left knee draw back. I roll the shoulder forward, but I'm not going to the ground this time. I want to stay in the warrior one extended position. Now when that right arm goes through, recognise the move. Would you be able to release that left arm? When your arms are reaching forward, feel the strength now on that front leg. Now the aim now is to put all the weight into this left leg. If you do have concerns with your left knee, ankle or hip, and you feel you do or not want to lift your right leg too high, just feel what feels right for you. And if you feel confident now, push into your front leg, stretch a little deeper. When you feel good, all the way into the front leg, and release that right leg into warrior three. Or does that feel good? Now keep that right heel back. Feel the energy in the supporting leg. Now level the hips. Oh, that feels good. Let's come out of it. We bend the knee, left knee. Feet come together. And then we face forward. Salutation. Deep breath in. And a relaxing breath out. So how did you find that? Did you find that hard? It is hard, but it takes practice.
practice, it takes time, but eventually in time, when time comes, you'll find that that feels just like any other asana, but you have to practice that. And if you're at home doing this, and you're not in your usual environment, it's harder again. I'm finding it no harder for me because I'm used to this type of floor. But if you're doing that at home on carpet, or maybe outside on grass, you find it a lot harder to do. So, let's add those 3 asanas together and put the warrior 3 onto the end of those first 3 that we did. So, first thing first, salutation, deep breath in, and relaxing breath out. Beautiful. So, posture checklist, 5-point checklist, elevation, retraction into depression, internal rotation of the palms, internal rotation of the knees and the hips, doing an outer spiral in the spine so we get length into the spine, and 5, we draw all the muscles into the joints. From there, palms to the thighs, we draw back into the first of 4 asanas. There's the intense pose. Heels heavy, toes light. From there, do we release one, or do we release both arms? You get into the intense pose, awkward pose, the chair pose. Decide whether this is for you, or do you go a little higher? Heels heavy, toes light. Option, does the chin lift? Feel less strain on the neck, or that feels good? Feel now you're beginning to recruit your core stability muscles we touched on last time. And then from there, drop a little deeper, let your toes lift a little higher. So your toes are light, but your heels are heavy. Is your chin still slightly lifted? Now from there, we want to now go into the tree. We go to sternum, forearms parallel, catch your breath. Now we contract the muscles into the left leg. The right heel now goes to level 1, which we know to be a very basic tree. Forearms again to parallel. If we take the right leg to calf, we begin to engage the hip more and also the thigh muscles. If you go a little higher, more of a challenge on the balance and flexibility of the hip. Now we're in our tree. Now we know last time in practice, we kept the palms here to step back into Warrior 1 extended. Well, initially Warrior 1, and then we took it to Warrior 1 extended. But we know Warrior 1 extended will take us also to Warrior 3. But initially, first things first, we step back into Warrior 1. Heel is off the ground, left knee is over the heel. Arms now reach forward into the Warrior 1 extended. Left knee over the ankle, shoulders relaxed and calm. Now I'm looking forward, so I'm not putting too much pressure on the neck, or slightly down. If you feel ready, you want more, all the way into that left leg, just check that your front foot is straight, it's not twisted, you don't want to twist your knee. We now release the right leg into Warrior 3. Level the hips, feel the strength in the supporting leg. Oh, does that feel gorgeous? Hips level, contraction in your shoulders, contraction in your core and your glutes, and most of all your hamstrings. Oh, beautiful. Left knee bends slightly, right leg returns, salutation, and a nice relaxing breath out. Oh, does that feel great? Now, we now go back to the backward chain. So we take the left foot now to quarter 2, right leg steps away, roll the shoulder forward as I reach for the block, pick up the heel, the right heel, and take a small step in, lowering the knee. Notice we didn't bring the block in this time, palm to block, left knee touches down. Lovely. So we have the shoulders now, over the wrist, and the knees under the hips. Now from here, fingertips are spread wide, knees under the hips, right leg moves back, the right hand moves back. Now we squeeze the right heel down, now we lift that right arm, it's a variation of side plank. So you're pressing, lifting and squeezing.
Where are we squeezing? Your glutes. So really squeeze your glutes. Left shoulder is over your left wrist, right wrist is in line with your right shoulder. Does that feel great? If you do look to the ceiling, be mindful, you don't want to strain the neck. Looking forward can be good, or to the ground. So put a little bit more strength now into your wrist, a little bit more than it was when we were in tree. I need to come down, right hand comes down, slide back with the right hand, and lower to the hip, left elbow, feet together. And just take a moment to catch your breath. So how did you feel with that? Is that easy or harder? It should have been harder. We're going to take the block and place that on the mat and rest the back of the head on the block. So nice and safely as we travel to our shoulder blades. Beautiful. All that feels nice. So, feet slightly wider than the block, fingertips level with the hips. Do you feel earthed? Do you feel grounded? Yeah? Just catch your breath. Take a moment just to reset, resettle. Okay, here we go. Bridge, hips lift. Feel the stretch, it's the lower back. Fingertips and feet press. Let the energy now is in your shoulders and your lumbar spine. Oh, that's lovely. Now as you do lift your hips a little higher, feel the contraction of the squeeze in your glutes even more exaggerated. Lovely. That's great. Now from there, nice and strong, let the hips come down. Now we have a variation. Feet come together. Now, if you feel that your lower back is pushing off the ground, for safety, if you bring your feet in a bit closer to your glutes, you should feel your lower back is pushing into the floor more. So the more you get your heels up towards your glutes, you feel that lower back loses the hyperextension in your lower back. So it means your lower back is extra safe. But now the arms go to the side like a crucifix. And if you can lower your legs towards me, I'll lower my legs towards you. So if you can let your legs fall into the left or fall into my right, beautiful. Oh, that feels good. Now, if you feel that your right shoulder is lifting, just offer your right palm to the ceiling. Maybe if you want to, your left palm as well. So as both palms are facing the ceiling, those palms facing to the ceiling will allow you to keep that right shoulder down. Good, so you know you've got that extra safety with those extra bullet points. Now, as we go into this lying spinal twist, we get a nice release into your lower back. If you now turn your left palm over, you can press into the hand and bring the knees back. Oh, that feels good. You take the feet a little bit wider again. Palms go level with the hips. Then we go back to bridge. Hips lift. And then we go back to a symmetrical move. Lovely. Fantastic. Feel this now releasing. Hips come down. I extend the left leg. I take the left arm forward to me. You take the benefit of the right knee to rolls towards the left arm. Knees come in. Top arm pushes into the floor. Back into the elbow. So, you notice how we're traveling very safely. So if you do feel a bit dizzy sometimes, you need to work on your transitions whilst around on the floor so you know you don't feel light-headed. Bring the knees in. I lower the chest, spring to the knees. Bang. Shoulders back over the wrist, knees under the hips. Now, if you take your right leg back and squeeze your right heel down, for a second time, let that right arm lift. If you feel you want more from this and you have a strong wrist, elbow and shoulder, but don't do this if you do not have that strength in the arm, you just stay with your knee. But if you feel confident and you want to watch me first, would you be able to release that leg and decide whether that's for you? Feel the extra strength now into your shoulder. Arms lovely and straight. Well, that's hard, isn't it? So we really have developed the side plank from when we first came in. Your top arm now comes back, shoulders over your wrist, knees back under the hips. I take that block, I bring it back to the centre. Left leg steps forward. Fingertips in line with the toes. Right knee lifts, squeeze down into the right heel. Palms to thigh. I push up. Right leg steps back to the centre of the block. Left leg comes home.
Salutation. Wow, that was hard, wasn't it? So you can see how we've spent a good half an hour going through the basics, and in the last half an hour really adding a lot on. But we've always done it that way because we want to make sure that you feel safe. And if you feel safe, you should feel confident to move on. Take the safety side out of it. That's when the risks increase, it's when the injuries start occurring. So you are really not going to get any real benefits from that because it's going to interfere with your training. So, with that block, let's place that block now on the right side. Okay, we just place that on the right side. Feeling good? We go to the right corner. First things first, salutation, strong breath in, and a relaxing breath out. Lovely. So, posture, elevation, traction into depression, internal rotation in the palms, internal rotation in the knees. We get length into the spine, we draw all the muscles into the joints. Palms down, rest gently with the thighs. We drop back into the hips, take a moment to settle. Or does that feel great? And then from there, as in practice, do we do one or do we both arms? Intense pose. So hopefully tonight, you have a nice little routine, which you can practice tomorrow and the day after, and the day after that. But again, we have a nice little library now of classes we can choose. Pick on any time we want to. It's great, isn't it? A wealth of knowledge. Beautiful. Hands together, knees touching advanced, arms to 45. Feel your shoulders sit back. Oh, just chin lift slightly. Does that feel beautiful for your ankles? Now from there, how long would you hold that for? Anything up to 90 seconds. I'm going to release now. I'm going to come up, get rid of the lactic acid in the thighs. I'm going to release them arms. Very gently. Let the body come down. Now, we now need to go into our next move, which we know is to be a tree. So we're going to set this left leg, heel rests, palms to sternum, forearms to parallel. Feel the contraction in your right leg. If you want more from this, we go to calf, stabilize, catch your breath, and more again, go a little higher. Wow, does that feel good? Now, remember, we had a warrior one extended, and a warrior three. So we've got 3 levels of progression there. So you can, again, work to what feels right for you. With the palms pressing, making it easier, would you be able to step back into the warrior one? Left leg steps back. Right knees over the heel, shoulders calm, relaxed. Warrior one extended, arms forward into horizontal. Pushing into the front leg, arms really forward and strong. Now from there, if you want the warrior three, imperative, your right foot is straight, right knee over the heel, arms locked forward. Warrior three, oh yes. Feel the strength in that supporting leg. Really letting your arms reach forward. Keeping that left heel lifted so your arms and legs are in line. Oh, that feels great. Squeeze deep into your glutes. To come out of this, bend the right knee, left arm, right arm comes down. Feet together, salutation, and a nice relaxing breath out. Haven't you done well? Haven't you really done well? Great, beautiful. Let's take that right foot now to quarter past. Left leg steps away. See how we're using these moves now to allow us to transition into the next block. Roll the shoulder. We pick up the left heel. I reach for the block. Take a small step with the back foot. Knee comes down. Palm to block. Right knee drops down. Beautiful. Hands now. Directly below your shoulders. Knees under your hips. Fingertips really spread wide. If you can now extend your left leg, let your left heel touch down, press into your right palm, and release, if you can,
the strength in the waist, feel the squeeze in your glutes, and the strength in that right wrist. Really reaching high, get the maximum. And again, for safety, try if you can to avoid looking to the ceiling for too long. Normally line with the chest or maybe to the ground. To come out of this now, I release the left hand. I pick up the left heel, move the left hand back one hand length, lower down to the right hip, right elbow. Well done. How's that backward chain working? Does it feel good? It's worth doing, isn't it, in every aspect? I'll take that block and place it on the mat. I'm going to use that to protect the neck as we roll onto our shoulder blades. Beautiful. All of that feels nice. Remember, these lying down positions are called the supine. Prone is face down, supine is face up. If you're doing the supine, it's often very good to release tension in your lower back. So the block is nowhere near the neck, it's only in the cranium. The feet are a little bit wider than the hips, palms level with the hips. Let's start with the bridge to be a symmetrical move. Push into the feet, fingertips initially, hips lift, and release the tension in your lower back. Oh, that feels wonderful. Heels heavy, toes light, shoulder blades down, taking the support. Oh, that feels good. And then from there, lovely stretch into the hip flexor. We let the hips come down. I bring the feet together, knees touch, but if you feel that your lower back is lifting off the ground too much, just move your feet in slightly. Really press your waist into the floor. Arms go lovely and wide, level with your shoulders. We lower the both legs down towards me. I'll lower my legs towards you. If you feel your left shoulder is trying to lift, just let your left palm now face the ceiling. You want to release the right one as well. And you'll find now by offering your palms to the ceiling, you go into what we call a double shoulder blade pin. That allows both shoulders to stay pressing down. Wonderful. Oh, that feels good for the lower back. Great for sciatica. Great to do in bed in the morning. Your back is safe, it's warm, it's protected on the mattress. Ideal for doing your lower back exercises in bed. To come out of this safely, I turn the right palm over, I push into that hand, and bring the knees back. Now take the feet wide again. I don't want to finish on an asymmetric move, I want to go back to symmetrical. So again, both hands wider than the hips. We lift the hips to the ceiling, but we know there's more from this. If you can lift your chest, can you lift your hips a little higher? Oh, that feels good. Oh, wow. Feel the strength in your glutes. Feel the release in your hips. Shoulders taking the weight. Wonderful. And then from there, to come out of this very gently, the hips come down. Now, we need to go back to backward chain to extend the right leg. I take the right arm forward, the left knee will allow us to roll. Beautiful, knees together, top arm pushes, and return to the elbow. How are you feeling? Feeling good? Brilliant. Ankles in line with the hips, right shoulder with the elbow, bring the knees in, push into the palm, and spring to the knees. Now with the hands again slightly wider than the block, that's good. From there, if I want to now, I can take that block and just push it to the front corner. I can even push it to the centre. We extend the left leg, I lower the left heel, push into the right palm, push into your right knee, let that left arm lift again. Now if you want to stay here, fantastic, but if you do want to challenge yourself, your wrist, elbow and shoulder, provided you know you've got the strength to carry your own weight, would you be able to release that right leg? I'll demonstrate first. If that's too much, don't do that, just keep your right knee in. So we really have advanced the side plank, have we not? Oh, that feels good. Keep pressing, keep lifting, full side plank. Now from there, top arm comes down. Recognise the move of the plank, we touched on that last week. Back into the box balance. We'll take the right leg now forward. back to normal. Right knee's over the heel. I'm going to release that left knee. And squeeze down to the left ankle. Bring the shoulders back. I'm going to now bring this left leg to the block. Right leg steps in. Toes touching the block. And a nice salutation. And a nice relaxing breath out. Oh, wonderful. Well, I've really enjoyed that this evening. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed that. The brilliant thing about Hatha Yoga is it's good for strength, balance, flexibility, coordination, circulation. There's a whole lot going on there, as there is in all different styles of yoga. But with the Hatha Yoga, what it does is for people that like to burn calories, like to move quickly, like to transition from one of a sadhana, it allows you that opportunity to do so. So if you do have a problem with your flexibility, we touch on that. If you have problems with your balance, we touch on the balance. So it doesn't really shy away from anything really. It covers everything, the whole spectrum. So this is why I've been doing it now for 18 years and still I'm addicted to it as I was on day one. Don't I talk a lot? Don't I? I really do. Well, let's take the feet now a little bit wider than the block. The knees are soft, heels are heavy, no heaviness in your joints. So when we lift the arms are lifted and the elbows are soft. Now if you have 6 of these in mind, let me just do the first one on their own. Bend the knees and come down with the arms. So that's basically what we're trying to achieve here. So we're ready, knees soft, heels heavy, toes light, elbows relaxed, shoulders relaxed, and releasing. Back refresher, back revitalizer. Just getting some movement back into the body. So if you feel that you've got a little bit static with all my chatting, it just gives you a chance to get the body moving again. I believe I've got 3 more to do. Beautiful. 2 more. Should we do 1 more? Last one, make it your best. Beautiful. And releasing. And then we give that a good shake out. Well, as always everyone, thanks very much for coming in tonight. It's been a real pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Again, thank you to the Waterside for making this possible over the last 16 weeks. It's been an absolute blessing in disguise. So I'm really appreciative of it in every shape and form. So again, thanks to the Waterside. Thanks to you again for turning up tonight. I hope to see you again next week, or at least if not next week, Sunday, Tai Chi. The Tai Chi, moving on with the Tai Chi. We finished on block 12, we're going to pick up from block 13, see how that goes. We're going to do 3 blocks, we're going to repeat them, and then hopefully we can make those with another 3 blocks eventually and consolidate them so we end up having 6 blocks. It's the way we've done it from Wood Go. It's a great way forward to give everybody a chance if you've never done it before. If you have, just to sort of refresh, if you like. So as always, thanks very much for coming in. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and I hope to see you very, very soon. All the best for now. Keep well. Bye.